Remote play has been around for a little bit longer than you might have thought. And while we do have incredible systems like the PlayStation Portal now that kind of allow us to play wherever and however we want within the own confines of our own house, there are actually some implementations that are better than what you might think, and dating back to a lot further back than you might think. Now, obviously, the title says playing PlayStation 1 games on remote play in 2024 off of the disc, might I add. However, obviously, this isn't done directly off of a PlayStation 1 system. But thanks to me eventually having all the PlayStation systems and all the portable systems, I have since discovered a myriad of different things that the PlayStation systems can do. So, one of them was the fact that you could remote play the system behind me, and that is the PS3. And as we all know, the PS3 actually can play all PS1 games, except for some that actually bother me, but we'll get to that in just a second. But what this did open up was the opportunity to play my PS1 games remotely off of my PlayStation 3 within my own house. And obviously, you could probably do it over the internet, but what is so awesome about the PlayStation 3's remote play is it can create a direct link to the PlayStation system or PlayStation portable system that you want to use. So, for example, I use the PS Vita because obviously its feature set is a little bit more full, has the analog sticks, and I haven't tried the PSP. Maybe we'll do that in a different video. But with the PS Vita, you can directly connect to the PS3, as in the PS3 creates its own Wi Fi signal that you connect to, which, in my opinion, is pretty cool. Something that I think is severely missing from the PlayStation Portal and the PlayStation 5. This feature alone kind of makes the whole feature, if you I can't think of a better word, this feature alone makes the whole feature of remote play actually doable and actually usable in situations where your Wi-Fi might not be so great. So when I did this, or when I initially discovered this, the first thing that came to mind was obviously it's not exactly the same as like playing your PlayStation Plus games on remote play on your, well, you could do it on the Vita with the PS4, or on your tablet, or on your PlayStation Portal. What is so great about this is you can play your physical hardware, so long as it's in the system, on your PS Vita. And this was so cool to me. The idea of this was incredible. And obviously, for me, remote play always comes down to the fact that the type of games that I want to play on remote play are all your JRPGs or turn-based games. These are the type of games that I think best suit these type of systems. So immediately I was excited because this finally would give me the opportunity to explore a series that I haven't really explored to its full extent, and a game series that I know is beloved by many, and I only have one, and that is Final Fantasy 8. I was so excited to put the disc in and start playing until I did put the disc in and discovered that Final Fantasy VIII is one of the very few games, well, disc 1 at least, that doesn't run properly on PlayStation 3. You can imagine my disappointment and my frustration. This was quite annoying because I finally thought I had the perfect way or perfect next game to play on my PS Vita, but it didn't quite work out the way I wanted to. Anyways, with that aside, I kind of realized that the only other games that I have for the PS1 are games that actually require a bit of input time. So any latency and stuff or is going to be quite detrimental to your playing experience. So I played a little bit of Gran Turismo, and that went better than expected. I'm very bad at the original Gran Turismo. I love it, but I'm not very good at it. The driving and stuff obviously has changed over the years. And then there's also the game that I had bought a couple months ago in one of my collection updates, and that is Jurassic World, or Jurassic Park The Lost World, or The Lost World Jurassic Park, however you want to put it. Now this is a 2.5D, if you want to call it that, side-scrolling action adventure type of game, and this is difficult. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. This is difficult for me. I struggle with games like this very much so. And I figured, okay, cool, let's just try it. Let's play around with it. Let's see how it goes. How is the connection and stuff? And the first time I did it, the connection was really good. I didn't have any problems. I could actually do a lot more than I thought I could, and I was actually progressing quite far into the first level. And then more recently, I tried it again, and the connection was a little bit worse. Mind you, I connected directly to the PlayStation 3 system both times. And in order to do so, if I just show you, you go to Network and connect, or press Remote Play. Then you go into your Vita, and, well, there's the spoiler. But on the Vita, you have PS3 Remote Play. Click on that, Start, and connect via private network. So it's creating its own network off of the PlayStation 3. And this takes a little bit of time, but not like an egregious amount of time. So maybe give it a minute or two. Dun, 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 dun. You're making me look bad on camera here. This is going very well. There we go, and it's connected. But what you can see is the display on the back, or the TV, kind of looks a little bit distorted and zoomed in and not as good as what is happening on the Vita. Now the Vita, you can go through your whole menu system and all of that. You can listen to the audio tracks from the PlayStation 1 game. But when you hop into the PS1 game, here's the interesting part. If you watch behind me, you're going to connect the game, and the game's going to launch on the PS Vita, but a display on the back is going to say Remote Play is in session. So unlike the PS4 and PS5, where both displays will display at the same time, only one display is going to display, and it's the Remote Play display. So in order to combat obviously trying to push out too much graphical data, or maybe just to have a better connection, it only displays to the display that is connected, or to the Remote Play display. And I think this is a worthy trade-off. I don't think it's a bad idea. And hopping into it, I actually really enjoyed the experience. I would obviously love to play a turn-based game. I think that is the best way to play, and then I'd have a long-term review for you guys. However, with the fact that Final Fantasy VIII is not working, and the few games that I have on hand are quite reaction-based, I figured I'd just make the video telling you guys how this happens and how it works. I think it is incredibly cool. There are obviously some positives and negatives, and the biggest positive is obviously that direct connection. This direct connection here directly to the PlayStation 3, where the display is off and it's just displaying on the Remote Play device. I think that is an incredible thing, and I think this is something that the PlayStation Portal really needs, and that would sell me on the device. That is the one feature that is missing and not allowing me, or not that it's not allowing me, it's not persuading me to purchase the PlayStation Portal. So other than that, I think the big bad here is, it's difficult because there's not really that much of a big bad, and maybe the only bad thing is that you can't display both. And obviously Remote Play has progressed since this time. The direct connection does make it a little bit less obvious, and well, obviously with the PlayStation 1 game you have a 4:3, and this is displaying a 4:3 cutout in the 16:9 display. But I mean, that is what it is. It does similar things on the PlayStation 3, so I'm not too worried about things like that. But it is a cool feature nonetheless, and I think having all these different PlayStation systems can allow me to explore different things like this. So if there are things that you know about that the PlayStation systems can do while interacting with each other, please let me know in the comments, and I'll make another video like this. Hopefully we can have some more fun discovering all these unique features that the PlayStations have had over the years. And maybe we will do a PlayStation 3 Remote Play session and see how that goes. Other than that, I just want to say a massive thank you to all the support we have had on the channel. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers, so let's hopefully get there soon. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so that we can hit 1,000 subscribers, which is my goal before the end of the year. Other than that, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Cheers.